Hello everyone. I am Puneet Kumar DG, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Aid College, Bharamsagara. So, as you all know, we are discussing the subject Financial Markets and Services. In that, Module 5, Mutual Funds. The topic of today's video is Types of Mutual Funds. Before that, we will recall our previous video. In our previous video, we discussed about the importance of mutual funds. Some of the important points of mutual funds are the channelizing savings, offering portfolio management, better yields, expertise service, tax benefits, affordability, liquidity and flexibility, etc. Now let us understand what are all the types of the mutual funds. The mutual funds are broadly classified into three categories. The first is on the basis of the execution and as well as operation. The second is on the basis of yield and investment pattern. And the third is on the basis of geography. Let us understand what are all the different types of the mutual fund schemes are available on the basis of execution and operation in this video. On the basis of execution and operation, there are three kinds of the mutual fund schemes are available. The first one is a close-ended scheme, second one is open-ended scheme, and the third one is interval scheme. The first kind of the mutual fund is closed-ended schemes. Under this scheme, the corpus of the mutual fund and its duration are prefixed. Here, corpus nothing but the total amount invested by the all investors in a particular mutual fund scheme. That's corpus, and as well as the duration of the scheme is prefixed. For example, they may fix like the corpus as 100 crores and the duration as 5 years. So this is how a particular closed-ended scheme is launched. Then in other words, if the corpus of the fund and the number of units are determined in advance, and also along with the corpus, the number of units is also predetermined in the cases of closed-ended schemes. Once the subscription reaches the predetermined level, then the entry of the investors are closed. As I told about the illustration of the 100 crore rupees in a mutual fund scheme, whenever the total investment reaches the 100 crore rupees, that mutual fund becomes the closed. Then the no one other investor can enter into that particular scheme, and also the number of units will also be predetermined, and thus they are going to determine the value of the particular unit in advance itself. Now let us understand the features of the closed-ended schemes. The period and the target amount of the fund is prefixed. As I told you, the closed-ended schemes, the period of the scheme and as well as the corpus amount will be prefixed. The second one, when the period and target is reached, the door is closed for the investors. Means whenever the schemes, the corpus amount is reached by all the investors, then the gate for that particular scheme is closed for the other investors. The units are publicly traded. Means whenever after the subscribing for the units in that particular closed-ended scheme, that those units can be traded publicly over a stock exchange. The main objective is capital appreciation. Here, rather than the getting the corporate benefits like dividends, here the objective of this particular scheme is capital appreciation, and there is no redemption facilities available before the maturity period. So hence, if you want to liquidate the units of the scheme, you need to go and sell those units in the open market, means that is in the stock market, not those redemption facility is available for these schemes. And next we will look at the other features, that is at the time of the redemption, the entire investment is liquidated and the proceeds are distributed among the units holder. Means whenever the scheme is reaching the maturity period, at that time entire investment will be liquidated, not any part of the liquid is kept as a reserve. The whole the fund is, or whole the scheme is going to be liquidated and the proceeds are distributed among all the unit holders, and it is going to attract the more tax, as there will be a capital appreciation. It is going to attract the capital gain tax. And if the market condition is not favorable, the investor may not get the full benefit. Means, suppose if the net asset value of the that particular units which are held by the investors at the time of maturity are low due to the unfavorable market conditions, then the investor is having a risk of getting loss, and the prices quoted are at a discount up to 40%. Because of the market risk, the investors are not ready to subscribe for the closed-ended schemes. Hence, these schemes are offered at a deep discounts up to 40%. Hence, the investors can enjoy the market appreciation later. So these are all the features of the closed-ended schemes. Now let us look at the open-ended schemes. So under the open-ended schemes, it is operating just an uh, opposite to the closed-ended schemes. Means here under this scheme, the size of the funds and period of the funds are not predetermined, and investors are free to enter and exit from the schemes whenever they want. The investors are free to buy and sell any number of the units at any point of the time. This is the major feature of the open-ended schemes. And let us understand the other features of the open-ended schemes. Here the scheme is very completely flexible. At any point the investor can enter and investor can exit. It is not publicly traded, and the liquidity facility is available. Means whenever the investor want to liquidate his investment, he can redeem it and he can liquidate it. The main objective of this scheme is income generation in the form of the corporate benefits, like the dividends, and as well as the dividend and bonus, and as well as the right shares. The prices are linked with the linked to the net asset value, and on the basis of the net asset value, the investors can redeem his funds. And as well as the other features, like the funds fixes a different price for their purchase and as well as the sale. Means if you can purchase at lower price and you can sell at a higher prices based on the NAV of the units. The fund manager has to be very careful in managing the investment because of its liquidity characteristics. Because if the fund manager has put the majority portion of the money in some of the long term securities, then the problem of liquidity arises. Means if all the investors go for a liquidation of their holdings, then it will be a problem for the fund manager. Hence the fund manager has to be careful in while constructing a portfolio for such open ended schemes. He should always consider uh, the liquidity, the features of which is offered through this particular scheme. Then the third category of funds are interval funds. This is the combination of both open-ended schemes and as well as the closed-ended schemes. So the interval funds combine the feature of open-ended and as well as closed-ended schemes. They are open for sale and redemption during the predetermined intervals at NAV related price. Means here the investor can redeem them whenever he want, but at a predetermined interval. That interval will be prefixed. Means like after 2 years, after 3 years, like that there will be an the basic lock-in period. After that lock-in period, he can proceed for the liquidation at any point of the time whenever he want. These the types of the schemes we are going to call it as an interval schemes. So there are three kinds of the schemes. One is the closed-ended, where all uh, the time, duration, and corpus of the fund is predetermined. And the second category is open-ended schemes, where this is just opposite to the closed-ended schemes, where there will be no predetermined the corpus, predetermined the duration, and predetermined the entry level and exit level. And here the investors are free to enter and exit from the scheme. Means they, whenever they want to buy and sell the units, they can do it. It is called as an open-ended scheme. And the last one is interval schemes, which is having a combined feature of open-ended and as well as the close-ended the mutual fund schemes. Now let us summarize the whole session. The mutual funds can be divided on the basis of operation of investment pattern and as well as geography. The based on execution and operation, mutual fund schemes can be divided into open-ended, closed-ended, and as well as interval schemes. In closed-ended schemes, the corpus of the mutual fund, its duration are prefixed. In open-ended schemes, it is just opposite to closed-ended schemes where there will be no such restrictions, and interval schemes will combine the open and as well as closed-ended schemes features. You can refer these books for your further readings. Khan M.Y. Indian Financial System Theory and Practice, Tata McGraw-Hill Publications. E. Gordon and K. Natarajan, Financial Markets and Services, Himalaya Publications. And Raman B.S. Financial Markets and Services, Chaitanya Bukos Publications. I thank everyone for watching this video. Kindly like and as well as comment with your suggestions and as well as queries. Thank you everyone for watching.